And welcome back. So at this point, I'm assuming you've actually picked up a package. So one of the first things we're going to do here is we're going to go in and change one of the settings and get ready to leave the planet. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually set a keybind to actually call for landing, takeoff, so forth. You could set that to a joystick button if you have one, or you could just use keyboard setting. I currently have mine on the keyboard. I have it set to F3 because that's not really used for much of anything. And there's no need to save it or anything like that. Once you set it, it's done. Just click back. And then return to game. Alright, now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get our ship.
Welcome to the
Go to the
ASOP
ASOP terminal.
system.
You'll need to get your ship delivered first. It's pretty much any time you're starting in the game from scratch, like after a wipe and so forth. And then in order to go flying, you're going to need to retrieve it.
Your vehicle has been delivered
So
to the
that'll give
following
you your
locale.
hangar.
Please visit us again.
Take the elevator to that hangar now and get in our ship. Always be aware of your surroundings. Make sure nobody's getting in the elevator with you to try and stow away on your ship. Otherwise, they're liable to try to kill you after you take off. It's a cold world. Alright, so we enter the pilot seat. And then once we're in the pilot seat, we'll hit U to power the ship on. Hit I to actually power the engines on. At this point, we're ready to take off.
Launch complete.
At this point, we'll hit our keybind that we just set to actually call for a takeoff. And it's the same. It says request landing, but it's actually call for takeoff or call for landing, either one. Now, I like to leave, especially starting out. If you're new, you'll probably want to leave your landing gear down. Wait for the doors to fully open. Just kind of keeping the landing gear down, unless you change a setting, will actually restrict you to about 30 meters per second. So this will keep you from running into anything, doing too much damage. Once you're actually out of the hangar, then you can turn your gear, or retract your gear. You'll do this using the letter N.
Thank you. And please visit again.
Unless you change the bind on your joystick. And once you do that, you'll be able to go up to full speed. You'll start out SCM mode, which has guns and shields. In order to travel, you'll need to go to nav mode. That's typically going to default to the letter B, unless you change it. I personally have mine on my joystick. Go about 2 or 3 times faster, typically in nav mode, depending on the ship. What we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and set a route over to Bikini Point. Basically, every planet has a main city. Every main city has a station that's above it. Typically with a cargo facility, and then usually with a Galleria. So now that we're actually calibrated, lined up, press the left mouse button unless you change it, and that'll engage the quantum drive. Coming in here, it's kind of dark, so what I'm doing is I'm pinging, which I believe is still the tab key, and that actually highlights the station so you can see where you're going. Once we get within, probably about 5K, I usually go ahead and switch to SCM mode. And you'll want to hit F3 once you hear that. Please request landing. It'll say, please contact the land on screen. Typically, that's how you know you can
Please
call
proceed
for it.
to assigned landing
Outside of that range, you won't be able to. And then basically landing is going to be pretty much the reverse of taking off. So you need to line up on the hangar. In this case, I'm coming in from behind it, so I'm going to go ahead and go back down to it. And once I get down here and situated, I'm going to go ahead and hit the landing gear. That'll actually make sure I'm not going too fast when I go in the hangar.
Landing gear down. Landing complete.
Then once I land, I'm going to turn the engines off using the letter I. Exit the ship. Always make sure you turn the engines off on your ship. Otherwise, you could come in to find it floating in the hangar. In which case, the only way to do it is to fix it is to go to the vehicle loadout manager and remove the engine or the power plant. All right, want to make sure we close our door. Even though it doesn't look like there's anybody in here, there could be. Always be aware of security in the hangars and on mining outposts and so forth. People will try to stow away and then take your ship. Alright, now we're going to go up to the ASOP terminal. We're going to store our ship, which is a good practice. That way you're not tying it up and somebody else can use it.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Alright, and now that our ship is stored,
Please visit us again.
you don't want to have to respawn on the planet every time and go through leaving there and go up to a station or someplace. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the medical clinic, because pretty much every station has one. In this case, it's up here and to the left, near the HAB unit. We're going to go in here, and we're going to set our spawn to here. We do this by going to the insurance terminal, regeneration, whatever you want to call it, and we'll actually transfer our imprint to here. So now if we die, we'll actually come back in the clinic here.